What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Screen Time Continuum. I am Nick. Thank you so much for joining us. And with me, as always, are the gentlemen. Keelan, how's it going, man?
Going well, just sloughing around. Not sure if I'll be able to say that anymore after today, but
All right, that's good. That's good. Just lazing around, I guess, right? Mike, what's going on, man?
Man, I was trying to think of something.
he
I
he
couldn't come up
couldn't
with nothing.
All
he
right.
couldn't come up with a sloth pun as quick as I did.
Not at
Yeah.
all. I was thinking about. Actually, I've been thinking about it for a while. I couldn't think of nothing.
It's all right.
Dang, I could have
You-
saved the good ones and just went for the hard ones. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Mom.
Your only assignment this episode is to think of one and drop it into the conversation. So there you go. And speaking of conversation, thank you guys so much for joining this conversation. We really appreciate all of you out there. If you like what we do and want to see more of it, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and even that notification bell if you want to know when we go live, because it's always a fun time having people watch live and comment. So feel free if you would like to. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the 2023 film Slaughterhouse that has released on Hulu. And I will give you all of the lovely details for this movie now. It is a PG-13 film. It came out, hold on, October 15th. So just a little over a week ago. And about 10 days ago, and it is directed by Matthew Goodhue and written by Bradley Fowler and Candy Lanigan, and it stars Lisa Ambalavar, Sydney Cravern, Andrew Horton, and Bianca Beckless Rose. Also is I'm not going to give the rest because there's too many people in this movie for me to go through all of the cast lists.
So. It's not worth naming all of them.
It's
you really got a name.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I just make one quick statement?
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike. What's up?
Everybody involved behind the camera of this movie should be beaten. That is all.
Well, that's your first impression. You've already wasted it. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, and let me, before we get to the first impressions, I'll give you guys the synopsis here. It says, Emily Young, a senior, wants to be elected as her sorority president. She adopts a cute sloth, thinking it can become a new mascot and help her win, until a string of fatalities implicate the sloth as the main suspect in the murders. I don't think there's any implication in this movie. I think it's just straight up
that it's all her. Like,
gotta be her.
Look, I'm glad that I didn't even read the synopsis to know that was in the synopsis. What's so crazy about that is, as I'm watching the movie, I'm like, so when are the police gonna pop up and be like, so, ma'am?
Never, because they don't need any police in this world, in this universe.
Right. But it's good to know that at least
almost at the end of the movie.
It's just good to know that within writing the movie or creating this movie, they were well aware, like, there has to be a human culpable at some point. Like, who we gonna put in the crosshairs?
Yeah, right. Well, we're gonna get into first impressions, and in the spirit of that, Siobhan is here. Thanks for tuning in with us, Siobhan. We appreciate it. Mike chooses violence today. Yes, he does. And since he decided to let it be known first, why don't you give us your first impressions, Mike?
Everyone should be beaten. This is I can't I can't really say a whole lot as a first impression. This movie it's pretty bad. I think it's almost so bad that it's good.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that's so bad it's almost good, because how dare they even what is the word for
the audacity?
The audacity to make a movie like this and subject people to it. What were they thinking? Yes. I mean, I can't wait. I kind of want to. Once we get into it, I got a few things I want to discuss.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, there's plenty to discuss, but let's get Keelan's first impression.
Well, I guess I'm gonna be the outlier on this one because this was trash. I ain't gonna go there. So this movie is the snake oil salesman version of Scary Movie. I watched this movie and I thought to myself, excuse me, geez, I did not mean to do that directly in the mic. I watched this movie and I thought to myself, man, they really wanted to be the Wayans on this. And what I mean by that is they wanted to do something so unique and so original that it just blew you out, like Scary Movie. That just blew you out of your seat. It's like, oh, it looks familiar, but this is a very fresh way of doing it. They wanted to make a slasher flick that had some comedy elements, and they wanted it to be a animal that everybody thinks is cute and cuddly. And instead of using a koala, they used a sloth. That in itself, while interesting, I don't think is that great beyond a discussion. And that's what I think they run into. Like, even in the writer's room, you could tell they were talking about it. And it's like, yeah, but where do we go with that? Like, you are aware that in real life, in order to pick up a sloth, you just grab it by the back of its fur on its back and lift it and carry it over here. Like,
not this sloth, man.
Not this
Bruh.
sloth. No, not this sloth.
This is super sloth.
They chose a sloth with Fabio hair.
Yes.
Look, but I will say this, and this is why I liken this movie to Scary Movie. This movie is freaking hilarious, but not necessarily in the best ways possible. When this movie opens, you're immediately like, oh yeah, okay, I know what I'm getting myself into. This movie doesn't take itself serious. If you take this movie serious, shame on you. But at the same time, it's so bad that it's still bad. But as Mike said, it's so bad that it has some flair and signs of good. It makes you pay attention. You want to finish this movie, but you want to finish it a little faster than they do.
That's fair. Yeah. That's definitely fair. I think I'm on the other side of you guys. You guys are so critical of good cinema that I'm starting to feel like you guys don't like anything. No, I really enjoyed this movie. It is awful, but it's trying to be awful. And I think in doing so, it does a good job. Now, if I had any critique for it, I would say that give it an R rating and make the kills more gruesome.
Better. Yeah.
Right.
That would have made the movie much better, in my opinion. A PG-13 rating is a little bit hokey for a movie like this. You really need to go all out. But I found myself laughing more at this movie than I have in almost any of the movies we reviewed this year. So I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm just a little touched in the head. But it's unironically, it's the best movie of 2023. So there you go.
We've said that a few times and actually meant it. So I don't know if it's the best.
It's probably not the best movie of 2023, but I had a very good time watching it. So
fair.
And it's not a very good movie, but I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, no, I could definitely understand that. I think that's what I was battling with until like the last hour, 35 minutes or so. Is, do I like this? Or is it just bad? And now I realize, like, no, there are a lot of parts of this movie I absolutely like. Then there's other parts of the movie where it's like, all right, you just, like, I'm glad you guys told me from the beginning that this is not a serious movie. Like, the way they opened it, like they tell you immediately, like, don't get too caught up in yourself trying to understand.
Mm-hmm. Before the crocodile even got it, I was like, what the hell?
Yo, the crocodile is when I knew.
Right. It just walked out on the limb and I was just like, oh hell.
Like, come on.
Once I saw that stupid puppet, I was like, right. Oh, I'm in, dude. I'm so in.
So I thought those things were also good, but I agree. I think we all are in the same ballpark. I think we're all going to have a very interesting way of describing this movie. That's going to be the funness. So let's get to that.
Yeah. Speaking of beginnings, Keelan, let's start taking us through the story points here. Because this starts in the deep jungles of the Amazon.
Panama.
Which we don't find out until the end of the movie, but we know that now, so we can tell you it's in Panama.
No, they said it in the beginning.
Did they?
Yeah.
I think they do. Yeah, it just says it on the screen.
Yeah.
Got it. I was probably writing like my opening notes, like as we graze across the open pleasure. I
Right.
don't know what I said. You get me?
I don't either.
Either way, come on. I got to use AI to write stuff nowadays. It's not like I'm creative, you know. The movie opens as we see the sloth is crawling across a branch. It falls, and at first you're thinking, like, did it get shot? Like, what happened? No,
Incorrect.
sloths just fall.
No. He got snatched up by a croc.
Yeah, the croc jumped up and grabbed it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it?
Mhm.
Yeah. I think you missed that part too.
What the hell was I doing at the beginning of this movie?
Yeah, I don't know. You were sleeping.
It's so funny because something. It's so funny because something told me to rewind it. I felt like I missed something, but I didn't, and I ran with my version of it just falling because at first I was like, that doesn't make sense, and then found out that sloths actually get so inebriated from the foods they eat and the fermentation going on in their digestion process that they get drunk. And they even eat foods that make them hallucinate because they have such an iron stomach that they eat poisonous things. And I was assuming that it had just got high and fell into the water.
And I learned it takes they poop once a week.
Yeah,
See,
like
process.
2/3 of their weight.
you guys wanted to crap on this movie, but you've already learned something. So
I learned
did.
plenty about sloth by researching after this movie.
Hey,
Never said I
I'm
wanted
gonna
to crap
be
on this movie.
honest with you. I
Honest.
didn't even know that sloths could use Google. I didn't even know that.
they're very good at it.
Or drive
They're very
Mustangs.
good at it.
Specific,
Right.
not just drive a car, drive a sports car.
Right. Because I would have fucked up that transmission.
Yeah, it was a stick shift, wasn't it? With the 3 toes it has. So yeah, we see the sloth is snatched up. It goes into the water. It climbs out of the water, frantic and panting, which lets me know immediately. I'm like, yo, this thing is crazy because what's going on? Is it a zombie? What's happening here? And then it's tranquilized and taken, and then you see the crocodile float to the top of the water with 3 slashes on its belly, and that's how you know the sloth ain't to be
really
played with.
small scratches on a crocodile.
Let the slaughter begin. Here we go.
Let the
There we
sloth
go.
begin.
You got
Let
it.
the
You
sloth
got it.
begin.
Yeah.
He figured it out.
Yes, he did.
So we meet 2 friends, Madison and Emily. I thought they were college freshmen, but I guess they're college seniors, as the synopsis told us. But when you're watching a movie, you would swear that they're freshmen.
I think
just
they're
kinda-
sophomores or juniors.
No, they're
because-
going into their senior year.
Yeah.
No, because then 1 year later, aren't they
That
still
didn't
there?
make sense to me at all because
Oh.
even there
They
1
said
year
4
later,
years
why is
later
the
at
other
the
girl
end.
still there? Or yeah, even 4 years later, why is the other girl still there? Because she was the president, which would have made her a senior already.
I don't know. Yeah.
It just none of that added up for me. But yeah, I'm glad you brought that up now because I was going to try to remember that later. The ending does not make sense when it comes to the time frame and them back out there. And you mean to tell me after all these? Never mind. Sorry. I don't think anybody want to pledge to their sorority. You know what I mean?
No,
I
they
should
do.
go with it.
Sorry.
They made T-shirts. Of course they do.
You're right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So they
so they're somewhere in college. How about
they're
that?
somewhere in college. Exactly.
Mhm.
They have a discussion about not being obsessed with fame and celebrity of being a sorority sister. Emily is a dog lover. She meets a guy in a mall after she tries to save a dog from kids racing through the mall.
Jeez.
I didn't think that dog was going to get hit or hurt in any way in that scenario. And so what you're telling me is there's a pet store in the mall where the dog regularly gets loose and the lady was 5 minutes behind it.
Oh, that was a pet store dog.
Yeah.
I thought it was somebody's pet who just got away from the owner. And I was like,
Oh no.
this is stupid.
No.
Immediately, I thought that was stupid.
She picks it up, saves it. Her and the guy have a discussion. They take a selfie together. He shows her his Instagram or excuse me, his social media
Why did
page.
he take a selfie together?
Because she's a weird young kid, and that's what they do. They take selfies with everybody.
Because that's what generation whatever we're in right now does.
I
Just,
guess.
oh my god, hi, it's nice to meet you. Oh, you like dogs too?
Selfie.
Yes. Creepy
Let's take a
poacher
selfie.
guy. Creepy poacher guy. That's like, obviously
Not the
a
same
bad
guy
guy.
who shot him.
Not the same guy, but the guy that basically is selling him.
Super weird.
Yeah.
It's not creepy
So
at all.
yeah, exactly. Not creepy at all. Super creepy. And he's we'll get to where he lives in a minute. But he's explaining to her that in order to get her followers up, everybody loves to see cute little animals, and if she's ever interested, she can hit him up at Exotic because he's the animal guy, and he has a sloth for sale. His name is Oliver.
Is that a Joe Exotic reference?
I thought so.
I think it is. I didn't put it together
Exotic?
until you said it, and then I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, yeah."
Exotic. He just doesn't deal with tigers. He deals with sloth.
Right.
And well.
That's
when we
not
get to
true.
where he lives,
Right.
that's not true.
Right.
Yeah, I think they were definitely taking shots at a particular guy. I think this movie subliminally wanted to be very nature friendly.
Yeah,
Like they
there's a
wanted to be
conservation-y type
there.
message.
That's the
in
word I
it.
was looking for.
Yeah.
Conservation conscious.
Yeah. In as so much about a movie about a murderous sloth can be. Yeah, definitely.
Sloths are endangered, aren't they?
No. I
No?
think they're pretty plentiful. Yeah.
Okay, I was wrong. That was a question for real. I really
They have no value to
But-
humans, so they're pretty much left alone.
You
Mhm.
gonna tell me them claws don't mean nothing? They ain't worth no monies?
Nah, man.
You know?
That's
You
not
seen those
ivory?
crusty ass claws, man? Nobody wants them.
I have seen that dead skin that has calcified into stone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they could tear through metal with that shit, can't they?
I mean, if they could ever move fast enough, maybe, but that just helps them climb trees. They're very good.
Right.
At
I
that.
heard the PSI though of a sloth is incredible. Like their grip strength is
You're getting way too deep into what I know. I have no idea what the hand
Right.
grip of a sloth is.
Yeah, I heard it's freaking.
It's
crazy.
kung fu
Now,
grip. That's
I don't
what
know
it
if
is.
it's I don't know if it's as crazy as an ostrich's beak or ostrich's beak. Yeah, but yeah.
I think we
not
need
beak, sorry,
we
ostrich
need
claw.
a new show where Keelan just tests out the strength of different animals.
I'm curious to what would beat the claw of an ostrich. Like not being funny.
On this episode, an ostrich's beak against a
Raptor?
sloth's claws.
A raptor is not a real life animal today. But in a real world, I really would question what is as strong as an ostrich's claw, because an ostrich's claw can slice iron in half.
Yes, that is true. Its kick is very strong. Siobhan's got one here. Says, sloths are threatened species, but not endangered. All right, that's fair enough. Probably because of the Amazon deforestation and stuff.
And I'm sure that sloth, because I don't think anything eats sloth, because sloth eats poisonous shit.
Oh, they do. Harpy eagles, man. Those
What?
things.
They eat everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's like these giant
They
eagles
do
in
eat
the
everything.
Amazon.
Those are like the 8-foot ones, yeah.
Yeah, and they eat
Yeah.
monkeys and sloths.
And anything that falls in
the
that river,
offspring-
you get.
The offspring of a effing griffith is what they sound like.
Yeah, they're gigantic. Pretty cool animals. But,
Griffin,
yeah,
Griffin.
we should talk
Sorry.
about Slaughterhouse.
Back to Slaughterhouse. Right. So we end up meeting the sorority sister. We meet the sorority president and all of her followers. Her name is Brianna. She's a piece of shit. Then we meet
Yes, she
Emily. I mean, she is. We meet Emily and her friends. Her friends are Zinni and Madison. We met Maddie a little earlier. Yeah, I'm calling her Maddie. We met her a little bit earlier because that's the best friend, and they were walking around. Zinni to me is overdone, but I like the character, just not the portrayal.
Yeah,
Which one is that one?
you know which one that
What's
one
up,
is.
bro?
Don't even stop.
What's up, bro? What we doing
Don't
today?
even play
Oh.
coy.
But I want to comment on her accent really quick, because I think her name is Brianna in real life, right?
No,
I forget. Anyway.
that actress's name is Bianca.
Bianca.
Yeah.
She is English,
British.
from Britain. British. Sorry, yeah, those are two different things, right? English and British. She's British, and I believe that the tone of her voice is a part of what her American accent just happens to sound like, and it just worked for the role they were trying to put. Because a little later in early in the movie, it's almost like she's forcing it. And then later in the movie, it's like, okay, now you're just the very slow surfer guy from the 90s movies. And you know what I mean?
Honestly, I thought we were in like a Little Rascals type scenario where like a dude dressed up as a chick to get into the sorority
It's funny
house.
as hell.
I mean, like, because her
That's
voice
funny.
is very normal as a British actress, and it's like a very strange stylistic choice to make your voice
Mhm.
that deep,
Right.
almost as if you're trying to pretend like
Pretend like
you're,
you're a guy.
yeah. So
Which
I
I
don't know.
think is kind of the notion behind the character. Like she wants to be a guy, but she's also still a girl, and she accepts that in for whatever way. But anyway, they don't dive too deep into that. My comment was
Mm-mm.
more so about the actor and the portrayal of the voice. I think that her actual American accent when she's trying to have an American accent. Also later in the movie, she says she's speaking American to you, which is like a dead giveaway if you like. She actually went off script there. She messed up, but um I heard her voice. I realized that she was British, and I immediately was like, later in the movie, like, okay, that right there, that range would have been perfect the entire movie. But the beginning, it was kind of annoying as hell.
Yeah, it was
Anyway,
very, very cartoonish,
Yeah,
yeah,
kind of,
yeah,
kind of a
that
but
character was
strange.
also,
problematic.
but
Yeah, I'm
also
sure.
gave into the comedy value of the beginning of the movie because it was like so unbelievable that anybody would take you serious. Like, stop doing
Yeah,
that.
it was a little bit of a strange offshoot, but this movie's so bizarre anyway. So
Right, right.
you kind of just
So
got to
it
be like,
fits.
okay,
Yeah, it
another
kind of
weird
fits.
thing. Let's just go with
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Along with Mrs. Mayflower, another weird thing.
Mhm.
Why is this old ass lady here? So you meet Mrs. Mayflower. Emily's boyfriend visits. He said he climbed up through a window, which he also climbs up later through a window. And I'm wondering whose window did he climb through? Because her window was not open, and she was staring out of it.
I don't even think you need to climb up a window. I think you could probably just walk through the front door.
I
That
would
would
think
be
so. I mean,
fine.
later Madison definitely didn't have to climb through a window, but excuse me.
I thought they were gonna go evil boyfriend thing at some point because he
Just
starts
popped up.
getting, yeah, but he starts getting weird too when Emily gets more popular.
Hmm.
Yeah, says he got his girlfriend stolen away by a sloth or whatever.
He did say that, didn't he? That was a
Yeah.
very weird moment. Agreed.
Mhm.
So let's see. They meet everybody. Oh. So and now they're kind of Emily's being coaxed at this point to think about running for president, and she decides she's gonna go and get a sloth, and she tries to buy the sloth from the hunter. But the hunter seems kind of like a dick when you see him at his what looks like a cathedral or a church or just an open foyer with a bunch of covered cages in it, and you hear like tigers and crap growling and roaring right behind him, but he's just relaxing and throwing stuff at the sloth. Um, then we find out the sloth needs medicine. Looks like anxiety medicine. And I thought to myself, I was like, now that could be one of two things. That could be sedation meds just to keep it from trying to kill people because they know that it's dangerous. Or um, those pills can have something to do with its digestion because you would have to give sloth something that's going to keep it intoxicated because of the nature of the kind of food it eats.
Yeah, I think it's 100% the antipsychotic route,
No,
where
I
it's
think
like
so.
this is a psycho sloth, and you need to keep it on meds in order to keep it placid enough to keep it as a pet.
It's nothing better than a doped up sloth to keep you safe.
Right.
That's funny. So you think that was some amphetamines that they was feeding it?
Or Zoloft, you know, just trying to keep it from
One of those
killing people.
infomercials.
Yeah.
Look, one of those infomercials was keeping them sedated. So she arrives at the address and nobody answers the door. Big ass creepy house, and she decides to walk or building because that's not a house. Big creepy building, and she decides to walk in anyway while she's not in the middle of an industrial area that's vacant. It was weird. Also,
As
I
you
thought
do.
it was interesting because she pulled up in a stick shift, what looks like a V8, but it could have been a V6 because that looks like the 2006 Mustangs. And you really couldn't tell the difference unless you were driving it, whether it was a V6 or a V8 back then. I don't know why they did that, but that's what they did. Like literally same kit, everything. It was weird. Anyway, it looked like she had one of the older model Mustangs, or maybe they're just using the same body. And my point of saying that is she was driving it like it was an automatic, Just throwing that out there. Like me personally, I didn't hear no e-brakes and no clutch when she jumped out that car.
Yeah, I don't know if they're. I don't know. I don't. I mean, I think it was maybe a 3-second scene. So
I'm being funny. Yeah, I'm being funny.
I have no
Well,
idea what type of transmission was in her car.
it's just they had her pull up
Careful.
and why? Anyway,
Shut
yeah.
up. No,
Yeah. I know. It's
you
such a
almost did it.
reflex.
You walked
It's
almost
such a
walked
reflex
it.
to ask. It's like, ooh, go ahead, tell me why. Quiet, you. My point. So she gets to the house, she goes into this big vacant building, and she goes in, she finds the sloth and the meds for the sloth, and apparently she picks up all the meds and puts them in the bottle, and then she takes the sloth too for free.
Was that not weird?
Oh no, it's not weird to steal a sloth from a vacant place.
Not even that part. You picked up pills, put them in a bottle. They just so happen to be relevant somehow.
Yeah, they're the antipsychotic.
You're
meds
right,
for the
because she
sloth.
didn't speak whatever language is on there, which I'm assuming was Spanish.
It doesn't
I'm
really
assuming
matter
it's Spanish
anyways.
because Zinni could read it, but we don't know that Zinni was Spanish in any way either.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter anyways because they don't end up giving the sloth the meds, which is why
They
it's
tried.
psycho anyways.
No, they tried. She wrapped it in a leaf.
Oh, she did try.
That's
And it spit it out, remember? It spit it
Right.
out later when it was surfing the internet.
You jumping ahead.
Not too far ahead. That's not that far ahead.
That's pretty realistic, though, honestly, because when I try to give my dog medicine, I wrap it in chicken, and that stupid little dog knows exactly how to spit the pill out while eating the chicken.
Does he then go on the internet and Google how to do something else?
No. Oh, well, no. She should, though.
Okay. Just wondering.
I think what's happening is as she's chewing it, she feels something on her tongue that ain't it, and it's like,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, I think like we do that. We surf bones and stuff out of food as humans all the time.
That's true. That's true.
Got to start cutting it up a little smaller, and then
it don't fit the texture.
Then embedding it into the food after that.
Okay, we're not discussing how to drug animals here. So we're not doing this.
Well,
I'm sorry. Medication. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, 4th of July, that is probably the main time I know most people need to give their animals some type of medication. And after surgeries, because apparently animals have, oh my God, I know, I'm gonna say this and then we're getting back to the movie. I know about 3 people whose dogs, specifically one bird, have had to have surgery this year. And I'm just like, man, animal surgery is as expensive as human surgery.
Yes, it is. Yep.
It's nuts. I'm like, wait, you paid how much to do what?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Either way.
Guess who would have been getting a new dog?
Well, have you heard how much dogs cost? You're going to be paying about the same. At least you get a healthy one, I guess. But
guess who know how to get free dogs off the street?
That's called stealing. You know what? Go to the shelter.
Yeah, exactly. He's
even
just taking other people's
charge
dogs.
you something, but don't just go taking dogs off the street, sir.
I mean,
sometimes they're attached to a person. Sometimes they're attached to a person, but you just got to yank out that little leash off, and then
I meant stray dogs, but okay.
No, bro. I know people who let their dogs just roam.
That's stupid.
Hey, let that dog roam and find its way home. No, but some dogs, I've seen it. Dog come back like 2 days later, but they come back. It's weird.
Yeah, hungry.
Maybe we'll talk about this later. All right, so she gets into the creepy building. She takes a sloth. The sloth goes back. They end up having a small vote to make the sloth the sorority's new mascot. Big mistake. And her friend Madison insists that she takes it back because this is wrong and it could be endangered and scared and it's away from its home. And I'm just like, she's not wrong, but why is she making me mad the more she talks?
Because you needed to feel the sloth's anger because she was one of the victims, you know? Sloth, I mean, the sloth pulled out all the stops to go kill her. So,
oh, for sure. Oh my God. Listen, the sloth, if nobody else clearly was on the list, Madison was on the list. Everybody else might have just been a coincidence or luck, convenience, whatever. Madison was on the list.
Even though the whole idea is that it should have stayed in its home, and Madison was advocating for that, the sloth still wanted to kill her very much.
Yeah, because it's still, I guess, it's smart as it is, it's still stupid because it doesn't have the. Well, I guess that's not stupid, but as smart as it is, it still doesn't care about your intention. It reminded me one thing about the sloth in this movie. It reminded me of that old saying that Muhammad Ali gave on that talk show. I can't remember the talk show right now, but I know the show.
Snakes.
About the snakes, exactly. If you got 10,000 snakes coming down the aisle, and 1,000 of those snakes mean me well, how am I gonna know which 1,000 of them snakes mean me well versus the 9,000 that are trying to take me out? I'm just gonna keep all 10,000 on the other side of the door, or like they're all 10,000 my enemy essentially. And I think the sloth was taking that same approach. Like, all right, well, there's the human that was trying to kill me, and I'll see you in a picture with the human that was trying to kill me. So now I know that you don't mean me no well. And why do I know that? Because you were involved with the bad people. And these people are involved with you, and they're treating you bad. So I guess everybody's just bad. Now I'm killing all humans.
You put a lot of thought into that.
I did, actually.
Probably.
I didn't even care. I was stuck on the fact that he didn't kill her immediately. If she was such a bad person or anything, she should have been first
she wasn't
one
bad
killed.
to him. She wasn't bad to him to begin with.
Nobody was, except the original poacher.
No, you have the one girl who tried to throw him away.
But she didn't mistreat him. She just put him outside.
You left me outside in the cold, buddy. I'm
He's
sorry.
a sloth, man.
Semantics. Semantics. All right. Then you have the other girl who kept telling people to get rid of him. So that's two people.
That's true.
And one of those people survived.
That's true.
So you can't say it was nobody, but the majority of the people did not.
The sloth's motivations are an enigma, guys. I don't know if we're going to be able to crack.
No, there are no motivations. I don't.
Well, I mean, who knows?
Kill. I just want to kill.
Is he just a chaos agent like the Joker?
Yes.
Going for whatever opportunity he gets.
Yeah.
We should call him for the rest of this episode Little Uzi Sloth because he just wants to rock.
All right. Fair enough.
He just want to sloth.
It is a girl.
Does he carry a purse?
She just want to sloth. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, she just want to sloth. You know what? We're not doing that, Mike. So let's see. So the sloth, the pills that the sloth spits out, the sloth searches the internet, laughs at the article about the hunter dying or being found dead. Then it starts to surf on Emily's page, which is where it sees the picture of Emily and the hunter. And of course, right then and there, it's like, all right, everybody got to go. First person to go is Sarah. Sarah tried to put the sloth outside during a party. And the sloth was like, you know what? No. Gets inside, snippy, snippy, snort, like Weapon X. Sarah's about that joint. It comes back in.
Did she die? Was she in the bathtub?
No. Sarah is the one that he drugged. It roofied Sarah.
Oh, that's right. It roofied Sarah. So
it date got her.
I thought that was great because at first I thought it was the dude that was at the party. I was like, yo, this is cold. Like, I guess it's gonna save Sarah. And then you realize, like, wait, no, that was a sloth hand. I'm tripping. What am I? Oh, word. And then she just falls out and the sloth is like above her, like
slowly coming at her. Yeah, that's great.
Hilarious.
That wasn't creepy at all.
No, it wasn't creepy at all. Of course not. That was the best part of the movie. And so after that, you pretty much know that everything is on. It's up and the murder is stuck, basically, as they would say. I don't know why I'm trying to say all these cool colloquialisms right now. It's weird. But so Sarah's dead. Kara's dead. Sarah's dead. Emily is now looking for Alpha out in the rain because Brianna is bragging about how she had Sarah take it outside and blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, what? Yeah. What are we talking about? I don't understand.
right next to a tree. The scariest place to put a sloth.
Scariest place to put. That's what I was saying. I was like, it's not exactly in danger, but you did put it outside, so now you're wrong, and I gotta kill you. Now I gotta do you. But yeah, it appears in a room and she acknowledges after it has killed Sarah. It appears in Emily's room and Emily acknowledges like, "Oh, you're faster than people think you are. How'd you get up here so fast?" Anyway, we see a quick montage of them leading up until the election. And during this lead up, you see things like, oh, I don't know, the sloth catches the dodgeball that's coming at it full force. Everybody's just like, oh, so glad the sloth didn't get hurt.
Gotta do a montage.
What the fuck? Gotta do a montage. But no. Like,
always
for real,
in a montage.
The moment the sloth catches the ball, I'm sitting there like, nobody? Yeah, that would freak me out. If you know what, I'll say it like this: it freaks me out when dogs catch big, like basketballs and stuff. Like a dog catching a moderate sized ball, I'm fine with. When dogs catch these enormous sized balls, it freaks me out, honestly. So to see this sloth catch a dodgeball and then pierce it, and everybody's all excited, I'm just like, what topsy turvy world do they live in?
It's cute.
Is it though?
No, it's absolutely horrifying looking, but it's
That
supposed
thing is
to be
terrifying to look at.
Cute. Yeah,
Sloths are cute in a creepy way.
no, but it's just the
sloths
puppet.
in general are cute. That thing was terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think sloths are cute in a creepy way, like generally. But yes, that thing itself was terrifying. Like,
With
my reason,
his Fabio hair.
I think sloths are cute in a creepy way because I liken them to koala, right? Yeah, as a stuffed animal, they're cute and cuddly, but as a real life mammal, that's a danger zone right there.
Yeah, and they call them drop bears in Australia because they drop on you.
Bears?
Yeah.
No, those are
drop
different.
on you and attack you.
Drop bears are different. Those are mythological. They don't really exist.
No, they do. They're all koalas.
I saw it on YouTube. They don't exist.
Koalas
yeah.
are called drop bear. I'm like, damn.
Oh, I thought you meant the sloth.
No. Koalas are drop bears. Yeah.
Oh,
damn drop bear tried to get me.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, got you.
I thought they said that drop bears didn't really exist. That was just something they used to scare kids.
I know koalas attack people in their side of the world.
Well, they're bears, so
they don't attack people. That's the drop bear myth. They call that. That's what they just mess with people when.
Oh, that's where it comes from.
Yeah, when you go to Australia, they'll be like, "Watch out for the drop bears," and it's basically koalas are in trees, and so like there's a running joke that a koala might jump on your head and attack you if you don't.
I believe that is true.
All a koala gotta do if I'm in this
true.
vicinity is grunt, and I'm out of that.
Koalas are constantly stoned and they have chlamydia. Don't worry about it.
I'm just gonna say this: it's Australia, and everything's trying to kill you.
That is true. So yes. Koala and sloth are both pretty high in hallucinating the whole day, huh?
Oh yeah. They're both useless.
They contribute nothing.
Dangerous.
Look, very strange animals.
Dangerous.
That and pandas, man. I don't understand how pandas exist. I'm very.
No one does.
It's very strange. They can't it takes, huh?
I want to say they eat bamboo.
They eat bamboo.
Well, they selectively mate once every 400 years.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
I know it's 400. I think that's an exaggeration, I'm sure, but yeah.
I think it is a long time though. Like they only mate once every 6 years or something like that.
I'm about to say I thought it was once every 5 years or so.
Yeah.
Which is why it always seems like they're on the verge of being extinct, and then you get a surge of them.
Anyways, let's get back to the murderous sloth.
Next episode, we can talk about polar bears.
There you go.
So yeah, the montage starts of the lead up to the election. 14 days until during the dodgeball. 9 days until what's her name? Brianna falls face first into sloth shit.
Yep.
Best part of the movie.
Best part of the movie. Oh, wait, no. My mistake right now was the best part of the movie to me. But yeah, that could have been the best part of the movie to you. 4 days until the election, and we see a montage of a sloth now killing all the girls on around the fourth day. So you basically find out that over the last 15 days or so, they've been having sorority members just drop off the face of the earth and nobody's looking for them.
Yep.
Well, I thought the same thing. but there is a little bit of a moment where apparently the sloth was posting on their Instagrams that they were moving out.
Oh yes, that's right. That is true.
Yep, the
Yeah.
sloth
Oh,
did
damn.
that. He's something like a pimp.
Oh, he's something like a
Yeah.
super pimp. I didn't even see that. When did you see that?
Oh, because he did it to the girl that was in the hospital, and then at the end,
Remember?
you see her scrolling through all of the pictures.
I saw the killer sloth stuff. Yeah.
The
Hashtag
boyfriend.
killer sloth.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I missed the part of them moving out. I saw the streaming social media stuff of the Killer Sloth page.
Yep.
I did see that, but I didn't put together that was like them moving out. But they were moving
Well,
out with
they
the
said-
sloth.
Well, they were saying it. How some of the people have been moving out,
Mhm.
and they have been posting it on their well, I guess not Instagram, but on their social
With
media.
their socials.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I just missed that. That's crazy. See, and this is why we have open discussion about these things. Because I think every movie is like, damn, when did that happen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some things you hit, some things you don't.
Some things you don't. Yep.
Mhm.
Now none of those things sunk in. But so let's see. It's almost time for the election. We see him killing her killing all the girls. Brianna falls face first in a sloth pool. Now the sloth is sunbathing with Zinni and drinking beer. And this is when Madison returns. And I'm wondering, what the hell Madison been this whole time?
Who knows?
Like everybody else stay at the sorority house. She stay in the regular dorms,
Mhm.
which is a thing that happens. There are sorority sisters, and I'm sure frat brothers as well, who everybody doesn't get to stay in the
Fraternity.
clubhouse. Is that what they call it?
Fraternity.
Clubhouse? Yeah, they don't all get to stay in the house. Yeah, frat house, sorority house, whatever the hell. But Madison comes back, and then she's basically now trying to take the sloth back to the Amazon or wherever it belongs, and she's gonna take it to a shelter, and she's shaming Emily. But the sloth takes her phone while she has it. Her and Emily wrestle for it. Emily gets it back. It throws her phone, and then in the middle of this walkway, which I mean, somebody else did just get dropped off there, right?
Yes.
In the middle of this looks like walkway atrium type thing outside, right next to the pool where they were lounging. Somebody's driving like 60 miles an hour and smacks into her.
Yes.
Pause.
Yeah.
Nobody finds it odd that this sloth just took a beer and popped the top and took it to the
Madison
neck.
did.
Nobody,
Madison did. You didn't see Madison's
Man.
face? She thought it was hella weird.
bruh. I don't just zoom past that. I'm like, wait, hold the fuck up.
And Zinni
Can we
made me
get
a
this
little upset in
recorded?
that moment. Right. And Zinni made me upset in that moment because I expected Zinni to be like the overprotective one, not Madison.
I
So when
expected
she's just
somebody
like,
to
"Oh,
record that shit
I'll just
so
go
we can
get
make some
another
money.
beer." So you can make some money. Make some money.
Could you imagine seeing a sloth do human people shit, driving cars,
Man,
surfing the
mean like-
internet?
you mean like
Throwing
that video
beers
of
back.
the bear picking up the cone that still gets like 60 million views a day?
Right,
That
right.
I get it. Because I still see that video and I'm still blown. Like, man,
I'm still
he was
tripping
really
off the
just walking
tapeworm
by
bear.
himself and said, "Whoop," and kept
Yeah,
walking. Or the
I'm
bear
more
that gave him a
tripping off
high
the
five.
tapeworm bear because that one blows my mind.
I don't want to know. Sounds
I don't
You
want to
haven't
know
seen
either.
that
I'm
one?
just
nope.
Damn.
Anyways,
It's bad.
Madison
yeah.
gets
Nick,
it
help us
back.
get
bad.
back on track before I ask. Just help us
Yeah,
get back on
no.
track before I
We
ask.
can't keep asking. We can't keep going down these like rabbit holes of animal facts. Madison gets smashed by the car,
Thank
which
you. Madison gets hit by
ends
a
the
car, yes.
conflict. Yeah.
Right. End of you ever want to know how end a conflict? Let somebody get hit by a car. No more argument.
That's true.
But yeah, Madison is alive. Emily is Emily is there at the hospital and she asks Madison, I'm gonna stay. And Madison's like, no, go. And she goes, runs, gets or races her way back to the sorority house, makes it just in time before the doors are locked and padlocked.
Can I
Why are
ask
we
a question?
padlocking the door?
Did anybody find it odd that she only had minor looking wounds from getting hit that hard by a damn car?
But was
No.
on life support.
Right.
Right. I'm gonna say no, I didn't find it odd that she had those minor damages. I found it
She be
odd that she was
intubated?
on life support, and about an hour later, she's running through the building or through the house.
Right. I would have thought
That
she'd have got
felt weird.
intubated. She'd have been on some beeping machines.
She was. The sloth
Yeah.
took her off of him.
She clearly had internal bleeding, my friend.
Yeah,
Clearly not enough.
not enough.
I don't want to speculate on that.
Not enough for the budget to rent the medical equipment. How about
Right,
that?
right.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, Madison is alive. She tells Emily, however, at some point that she needs to go back for election night so that she can be elected president. She does go back. And when she puts her keys and her phone down, which is not where everybody else's keys and phones were, the sloth takes her phone after she leaves, takes her keys, looks up where Madison is, hops in the Stang, and gets that thing moving. Crazy.
and then gets pulled over by the cops.
And gets pulled over by the cops, who, when they come to look for the sloth in the vehicle, the sloth is no one else, and nothing is nowhere to be found. So, all scot-free. And I'm wondering,
In the red zone.
In the red zone. So I'm like, so you're not gonna tow this car? Because how did the sloth get back? And how did Madison get back so fast? But that's a whole nother part. We ain't there yet. That's 5 minutes down.
Man,
Don't worry about it, bro. Honestly, I don't know why you're worrying about it. So
you know why.
Plot armor activated.
Yep, that's right. So drives Emily's car. This is another moment where it's like, oh, it's Emily. They're gonna blame Emily for everything. Emily ends up getting elected. The sloth ties up Madison and tries to smother her, but doesn't, and she ends up being saved by a nurse. Nurse just coming around on rounds because the sloth had actually cut the call button. It tied her up and cut the call button, which was attached to her finger. Crazy,
right? And then took a selfie with her.
Yeah,
and
I
took
love
a
that.
selfie sloth.
What will I do next? Hashtag killer sloth.
Right. I was like, boom, my brain is just
like that should have been happening through the whole movie. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Because this is why I say this is when it started getting good, because the sloth has a real character now. So let's see.
Why would you name a girl sloth Alpha?
I don't know. It's the first letter of the Greek alphabet. And they're sorority sisters. So
no, you don't remember why? You don't remember why? Because remember when Zinni was like, "Oh, you so and so and this and this happened." It's like, that's so alpha, and it's like, Alpha, yeah. Oh my God, that's a great name.
Oh,
they're women, and they thought it would be awesome to have a woman
alpha female, huh?
That's right.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm gonna stop there.
That's literally. I'm not even being funny right now. Like, I really feel like that's what they were saying when they put it all together.
No. I absolutely understand. That's why I'm gonna stop right there.
Alpha is the alpha in this house.
All
right, I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry. So yeah, Brianna finds. Oh wait. Madison's tied up. The nurse finds Madison after the sloth tries to smother her. Yeah, Brianna finds Alyssa dead, and Zinni is with the other sisters in the trust shower, where they have the girls walk through hot and cold showers, hoping they won't be burned or frozen, whatever the hell that means.
I didn't understand that at all.
Mike, I'm just gonna say it for what it is, and I hope we don't get in trouble.
Okay.
It was a bunch of girls who were doing. It was a bunch of girls being inappropriate with one another. I'm not gonna say it. I'm sorry. I was gonna say it, but I don't want to run the risk.
I think in the rated R setting, that probably would have been more salacious. But I think for this movie,
see, I thought it was like a weak attempt at hazing, and I was sitting here like, if history has told us anything about hazing and sororities, I ain't trusting none of y'all. Not one of you.
It is a weak attempt at hazing, but I also think there was a sexual undertone to it that just wasn't.
Oh, it went right over my head. And I'm a dirty old man, and it went right over my head.
It couldn't go over my head because Zinni made sure that you understood.
I think it's also just a metaphor or sort of like a reference to all of the overt sexual themes in slasher movies.
That is plausible.
That's usually what happens in slasher movies: is some chick gets naked for no reason.
Yeah. All those butter faces.
You know what?
Yeah.
There was, I think, didn't we watch some movie where it was like a horror movie, animation or something, but it was like uh they got nude or something for no reason at all.
Velma.
It was the right, the Velma show. Thank you.
Mhm.
They got nude in that?
We don't need to revisit
We
that.
don't
They
need to
can
talk
go
about
watch
it.
it if they
Just-
want to
yeah.
talk. Watch.
Nah, I'm good. It
I
was
just wanted
stupid.
reference. I
Yeah.
just wanted reference to know that I didn't make that up in my head. Like, didn't we
Yeah,
watch something
of
that was
course.
something like that?
I think it also just serves for a way for the sloth to get rid of a lot of people
Yeah.
as
Yes.
well.
Which was actually kind of cool. So in that moment, she follows them or goes with them to the trust showers, and Brianna was almost killed by Alpha, but Emily ends up saving her. Why? We don't know, but she does save her and realizes that Alpha is the perfect jungle predator, and this entire time, Alpha's been picking off the other sorority sisters, and that's why they've been disappearing. She ends up going looking for a gun with Brianna, because even though Dakota is dead, Dakota's dad was a gun a nut, basically. They called him a gun nut, but he was a NRA member. Excuse
An
me,
enthusiast.
an
Well,
enthusiast. Correct.
they actually say IRA member, which is supposed to be
That's
a joke.
way different.
Oh,
I know.
whoa! Did they say
I know.
IRA?
Yes, but they're supposed to. She's supposed to be so dumb that she doesn't know what the NRA is, so she mixed it with the IRA.
That's not even okay.
I'm glad this is a movie and that wasn't a real person that said that.
Yeah,
That would be offensive.
right. Maybe.
Man, wow. Yeah, I guess stupid things that sorority girls say.
Hmm.
In the
So
shower, Dakota is dead in the shower. In the shower, Alpha goes and she electrocutes all the girls by turning on the hot water so it turning the pressure up so it floods, and then making an electrical wire touch the water on the ground. The only person that ends up surviving that is Zinni, because she has on those thick goth boots. So the insulation helped her stay alive. Even though she did get shocked, it didn't kill her.
this is the smartest sloth I've ever heard of, ever,
Yeah,
anywhere, ever.
Absolutely. It's a
Yes.
mutant sloth.
He
We
know,
just didn't see
man.
it.
He know how to electrocute people and everything.
Search Google dry stick shift, play with
Man,
electrical wire, and not get shot.
no,
You
he
know.
got shot several times.
Not shot to shot could.
Oh, sorry,
Look at
sorry.
you. Too far ahead. But Mike's right. Mike's right. After they get the gun and it has chased Emily, Mrs. Mayflower spills water and destroys all the phones on accident because she's drunk. But the
Whoops.
sloth ends up showing Emily that it took a picture with Madison, and she getting mad and freaks out. But then Miss Mayflower comes and it beats the dog hell out of the sloth. And I was like,
I mean,
hey, yo.
he dog walked that thing.
I was like, she used to play cricket for sure.
She got beat with the ugly stick.
With
Right.
the ugly
Mhm.
stick.
So
And
did
I like
most
how
of the
she had her
sorority
little
members.
cheer. Yeah, you did. I actually how she had her cheer to go along with it too. That was pretty cool.
Mhm.
But that is only short-lived because Miss Mayflower thinks she made it. She thinks she got away and that she killed it, but she didn't kill it. She just hurt it a little bit, not enough. It came
She
back.
made him mad.
The sloth
She
is
pissed me
Jason. The sloth is Jason Voorhees' spirit animal. That's
Oh
what
man, I swear to God, I was thinking the same thing. Swear
Yeah.
to God,
It just doesn't die.
it doesn't.
That's
No.
hilarious. But the sloth does come and kill Miss Mayflower. But before she dies, she's able to give Emily some very sage life advice. Like basically, don't be me. Don't think that popularity is it. Don't waste your life. And
I love
you know, I
that.
had a law degree that I never used. Like, bitch, what?
You should
What?
probably use that. I love that before she does that whole spiel, like she's sitting there and Emily's like, "You'll be all right," and she's like, "Shut up! I have something going here. Hold on."
Right. Right? Like I got something to tell you, and I got a monologue. Now shut up and let me get this out. That was pretty good too, though.
Second best part of the movie.
You're gonna be okay. No, I'm not. Now shut up and let me get this out.
Right.
But yeah, she was a sad and lonely old lady. And Emily said she was in her 60s. And I was like, that's rude. She's clearly in her 40s.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a stretch.
But you know, that's what happens when you talk American in your late teens.
I guess so.
It's true.
Yeah. We then see Tyler, the boyfriend. He's surfing the internet, or he's bored from studying, so now he's surfing the internet and trying to see what's going on because his girlfriend's not responding. And he finds this killer sloth page, and he immediately goes over there to help the girls out. But even though he goes over there to help them and find all the survivors, and Zinni appears, so now it's Zinni and Emily and Tyler, and they're gonna go, but Emily's like, "Oh, we gotta get Brianna." So they go to get Brianna. Yeah, super incompetent. They go to get Brianna and try to escape, but the sloth attacks everybody. And what's his name? Tyler, he's taken out, and then Zinni's taken down, and then you find out nobody's really taken out. They're all just taken down because now this sloth doesn't like to kill people. It just likes to jump and tackle you.
Really fast too.
Just pierce you with its little nails.
Yeah,
right. Really, he's really fast too. I mean, like really, really fast.
Supernaturally fast.
Like,
right.
It just went from my house to your house to my house to your house that fast.
Yeah.
Man, he got back from the hospital within a lickety split.
Yep.
That's it. I started wondering if it was just one. I was like, it has to be more than one. Like, what's going on?
Right.
A team of sloths. Yeah.
Team of sloth. But Zinni stabs it, and then it stabs her with its claw. And she ends up making it as Tyler and Madison arrives, and she saves them by shooting the sloth. And they think they killed it, but it ain't dead. But Madison, Zinni, and Tyler all are leaving. Madison gives Emily the gun because Emily decides she has to stay and save Brianna. And she does exactly that. She goes. The sloth is controlling Brianna by sitting on her head with its claws around her neck and controlling her like a parasite would.
Nature, you scary.
Nature, you scary. And this is after being shot, stabbed, and everything else. It still got all of this going.
And
beat. And she throws the knife. The sloth jumps on Emily's neck, and Brianna's like, "Yo, I'm out. Sorry, but I got to go. Gotta go. And what happens is Emily takes the crown and stabs it. She has a showdown with the sloth. Her and the sloth she ends up alive. She ends up killing the sloth by shooting it.
As it jumps at her.
Right. The final scene. 3-shot round succession, just pop, pop, pop.
Right, because it definitely, as you guys just alluded to, Jason Voorhees its way to the end of this movie.
I don't think
but
it's
at the
dead.
end of it all,
actually kind of Chucky.
It's not dead. It's not dead. What do you mean you don't think it's dead? It's not. She didn't kill it.
Yeah. That's true.
She shot it a few more times. When she was going to shoot it in the head for the final time, what we would have believed would have been the kill shot, it points at the
Panama.
picture on the wall from Panama.
It says,
"Oh," and I'm like, it talks.
Alpha, go home.
I love it so much.
Exactly.
Why? I love that they decided to make it talk at the end. Just one word, home. That's beautiful.
And matter of fact, before Emily goes back in, Tyler says, "You can't go back. It's a slaughterhouse." And everybody tells him, "It's too soon, bro. Shut up." And I'm like cracking up laughing. Like, no, that was perfect timing.
Yeah.
This is timing. But I'm still curious to how Madison got in the house. Like, we know that Tyler has a way of climbing in that nobody knows about, but how did Madison get in? Because the door was chained.
Stop it. Stop it. Who told you to be making sense again? I done told you about that.
I apologize, fellas. I'm doing it again.
Wrong with you.
At the end of the movie, we see that they are seniors and they're out trying to recruit new ladies into their sorority. And some girl comes and she's still wearing a sloth shirt, like, "I bought a shirt," and it's like it's still a sloth on it. Oh my god! Did it not make the news that the sloth killed everybody?
Yeah, I think it did.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Because
But after that, we see that there is a tour in the Panamanian Amazon, and what do we see? We see a crocodile because the girl about to get eaten, but she ends up not getting eaten. The crocodile changed his mind. But then when you turn the girl around and she's like, "Oh, you guys act like everything's dangerous, like that thing, ooh, that's dangerous." And it's a sloth. And I think to myself, that crocodile didn't leave because y'all saw it. That crocodile left because it saw that damn sloth.
That's right.
They didn't know that that's crazy sloth. Crazy sloth don't play. You in crazy sloth territory, you gonna get snippy, snort.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying.
And they,
So,
she takes a selfie with it.
and she takes a selfie with it. And what do we see in the animation of the credits? The sloth is spinning her head like a basketball on its claw.
This
I
movie did
love
not
it.
end fast enough.
It did not move fast enough. This movie would have been funny as heck, funny as hell, excuse me, and it would have ended great if it ended at around like the 1 hour 15-minute mark. Like if this was about a, what would that be? About a 70-minute movie, 75-minute movie? Perfect.
After watching this movie, I couldn't believe it was only an hour and 30 some odd minutes. I
Yeah.
felt like this stretched on for eternity.
Oh yeah, no, it creeped like a TLC song for sure.
Man,
It's just
the
because of how much awesomeness is in it. That's why. Obviously. Yeah, all right. Well, that's the end of Slaughterhouse, guys.
Slaughterhouse.
I, for
I'm sorry, you said
one,
that too fast.
anxiously anticipate Slaughterhouse 2. I hope that comes out. There needs to be a whole franchise now. It needs to be it needs to keep getting taken out of the jungle. That's what I'm thinking.
Is this the new Sharknado?
Yes, it's the new
Oh
Sharknado.
God.
The next one needs to be a group of friends go camping along the Panamanian River.
Yes, and it's like the Predator.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and even better, have it be the soldiers that captured it the first time coming back.
Yeah,
to capture it
exactly what I
again.
was thinking. And
That'd be like
the third
Rambo.
one, the third one is going to be like a game show, like Survivor.
There you go. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Sloth Island.
Stop giving away free
Sloth
ideas.
Man, I'm so there.
Hey, they
for
got to
it.
flesh out the whole inside. Like, look, all I'm doing is
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
but you're
can help
giving
you
away
create the
ideas
rest of
for
the
free.
content. You right.
Broad strokes. Broad strokes.
We'll edit that out of the live.
All right. Well, that has been our regaling of the movie Slaughterhouse on Hulu, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed that. We are going to move on to the rating portion of our video. So, who wants to go first, gents?
I swear we rated this shit already, didn't we?
I don't know. Have we?
I think I could ballpark with everybody gonna rate this.
Okay.
I want to give it a 2.
Do you?
I want to.
You want to, but what are you going to give it?
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Yes, I am too.
That's
It's
a
so
jump,
bad.
It's so bad, but it's
So
That is a jump.
But I can't say the ridiculousness didn't hit me like,
yeah.
all right, I'm here.
Yep.
This is happening.
Yep.
Just I'm letting this happen to me.
I enjoyed how bad it was. I will say it again, but it was bad.
Yeah.
I think Mike is spot on though. It is a 2, but for the ridiculousness, it bumps it up to a 5 for sure.
I think it's funny because I was gonna give it a 3.5 either way. But because you guys are giving it a 5, I'll give it a 4 or 5 because I understand and I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not giving it a 5 because I feel like that's that's sacrilege or something. I don't know. Something in me just don't feel right about a full 5, but a 4 or 5 I can roll with.
I understand.
Yeah. Well, here's your context. Do you like this better than Old Man?
More entertaining.
Yeah, I agree.
I would watch this again. I would watch both movies twice, but I would watch this. If I had to watch this again tonight, I would enjoy this again tonight more than Old Man tonight.
Yeah.
So,
Well, under the
damn, I gotta give it
concept that it's a
then, 'cause we
demon,
did
I
Old Man
can
for-
enjoy Old Man better.
That's true.
Fair enough.
I forgot
There
about
are some
that
things
part.
that
Yeah,
I
okay,
do
yeah.
add to it.
Mike just made it make sense. So I'm leaving it at a 4 or 5. With that, they're about the same.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think they're going to be about the same. I think Old Man was like a 4.3 or
Something like that.
4 something.
Yeah.
So this brings it to like a 4.8, 4.75, something like that. So not bad. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Anything else you guys want to add?
I honestly thought that this was funnier than I thought it would be, and I'm glad about that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm also glad it was funny in the not funny way, like funny in the ridiculous way.
Mm-hmm. Same. Yeah, I think that if they were trying to be funny, in the sort of comedic way and not in the overtop B,
This would have been terrible.
yeah, I think it would have been bad. But the fact is they leaned really hard into the B movie, corny, let's make it a puppet. Let's make sure that it does all the things that it needs to do, even though that makes no sense whatsoever. I'm there for that. I can totally put away my suspension of disbelief, and just be like, all right, I'm in for the ride. When a movie tells me right away, hey, this is going to be a movie that you can't think too much about, just got to enjoy it.
You know what?
Yeah.
The only thing I felt this movie was missing, just to make it completely perfect, is a fourth wall break when he was driving the Mustang. He just slowly looks over at the camera, kind of nods his head or winks or something, and it's like,
He winked a couple
and then
of times
keeps
at the
going.
camera.
I agree.
I think that was their weak attempt at a fourth wall break, was him having to take the abrupt stop at the red light to show that he had the reflexes.
Yeah.
Right.
Sports car reflexes.
Yes. All right. Well, that brings Slotherhouse at about a 4.75 for us. Enjoyable film, silly. Don't expect too much out of it, but if you watch it, I think that you'll like it for the same reasons that we did. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's not a great movie, but it's
entertaining.
It's very entertaining. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, then I think we're going to wrap it up here, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight. Special thank you to Siobhan for commenting. We really appreciate that.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the show. And we hope that you enjoy these episodes. We're here every Wednesday and Sunday at 9 p.m. So be sure to hit that notification bell on our YouTube page so that you know when we are going live. The thumbs up and the subscriptions also help us a lot. We're trying to grow out our audience, and we need your help for that. So thank you again for tuning in. We hope that you have a wonderful evening. If you want to check out the catalog, the archive of, I'm going to say probably about 300 podcast episodes, maybe a little bit more, you can check out all of these here on your screen. If Numbers Could Talk, Screen Time Continuum, we have that active Sunday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. We also have active as Strawberries and Coffee on Twitch, and King_of_Ilion also on Twitch. That's Big Mike's channel, and he streams a lot, so make sure you go hit that notification bell and subscribe to his channel there on Twitch at King_of_Ilion. You can also go check out Exofathom if you're into mythology and a little bit of conspiracy, and This Married Moment if you're into the daily life of couple life. All right, everybody. We are going to wrap it up here. Thank you all. Thank you, Keelan. Thanks, Mike. For Screen Time Continuum, I'm Nick.
I am Keelan.
And I'm Mike.
Thanks a lot, guys.
And that sloth right there looks hella sinister.
Yes, he does.
Slotherhouse. Almost looks like Knuckles from Sonic the Hedgehog.